I think you drank boiling water before you came here to the show. That's what I think happened. Mr. Townsend.
Mr. Holmes.
Principal at Elvira Elementary School.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
I'm excited to be here. I've been enjoying the episodes, and I've taken a liking to very spicy sauces in recent years,
Okay.
so I think it's going to be a good fit.
You ready?
I believe I am. I've watched some of the others. I've really enjoyed it. Most recently, Kathy Dong, a good friend of mine, and I felt like Kathy was able to get through it. So I believe, hopefully, I can hang in.
This is gonna be fun. We got Mr. Townsend. So we have, at your request, boneless wings. You got to tell me before we get started. Tell me a little bit about this request for boneless.
Well, it was actually a pleasant surprise. I'm going to thank Mr. Duddleston for his thoughtfulness. I believe that a little bird may have told him that I've stayed away from bones for quite some time. I used to eat bones like most other people, and sometime in my early 20s, I think it was actually in college, I got really weird. And
You didn't eat bones, so just for the record. You didn't eat bones, you ate bone wings, right?
Anything with bones just started to become a real issue for me. I just started to feel like it was a little carcass sitting there, so I moved away from bones. I went boneless. I eat meat, but I haven't had bones in over 20 years, so I came in today ready to eat bones for you. I was genuinely going to suck it up and eat bones. I didn't want to be outed in front of the YouTube world, but then I walked in and there's boneless wings. So
see, it goes. I feel bad for your dog because your dog will never have bones at your house, so it's okay.
I don't think if I had a dog, I don't think the dog would be afraid of chewing on a bone. But I might get back into it. Maybe I'll go home today and get some bones.
We'll work our way up to this. So we got new sauces in the mix. We have a brand new one that we're gonna go ahead and get started with. This is actually from Tucson, Arizona. It's called High Desert. So this is going to be our warm-up act.
All right.
If we're ready, you're prepared. You got all your stuff.
I'm ready.
You got your milk. You got your juice. You got your water. We're ready to roll.
Got a little line up here of preparation. Thank
all right, here we go. We'll start with this Arizona. Oh, this is tasty.
Delicious. I love the boneless wing.
We need the whole thing.
I'm going to dip it in there for a little bit more, actually.
It's like a chicken nugget.
Very good.
A lot of bread. This will be helpful.
And it sounds like you didn't really have time for lunch today, so I'm happy that you're getting a little
My lunch, just make it happen today. What do you think?
High Desert. I like it. It actually has like kind of a likable flavor, and I'm not feeling any pain of any sort.
Very tasty. Well, before we get kind of rolling, we have to celebrate. Elvira Elementary School, second A+ under your leadership.
I appreciate it. It's an exciting thing for me. Kind of the whole team aspect of it. Everybody's involved. It's very comprehensive. The A+ through the Arizona Educational Foundation really just kind of looks under every rock and kind of digs in and sends a team of judges, and it's like a 50-page application. So the state mandated items that you put in, like the continuous improvement, things like that, I think you get a pretty good look at schools. And of course, like, we all have test scores that people look at, but the A+ really looks at everything. And to me, that's the beauty, because everybody's involved, whether it be parents, community partners, extracurriculars at the school, how the front office staff greets people,
yeah.
All the things that we know matter, that we wish that, would get a spotlight every year, in the spring. It's nice for the kids to see how they're doing in terms of, academic improvement. Mm-hmm. But I also think that there's so many other things that go on at the school that, we should feel proud of and feel kind of judged on, because there's so many schools that I'm sure haven't had that type of spotlight yet that very easily could. They're doing a great job with those things as well. So.
Well, we're proud of you and Elvira staff. You've done a wonderful job getting that second A+. It's great for the district, so we appreciate all the effort you all put into making that happen.
Well, I appreciate it. I had heard that Pam Benton had done a couple of those over at Los Amigos, so it was kind of fun to set our sights on that. When we did the first one in 2017, it was this really awesome, like, exciting achievement. And then after that, it was kind of like, hey, let's sustain this level,
okay.
Because to get to that place is cool, but then to sustain, to me, is also like very motivating.
I love it. especially coming off of the pandemic. Good
Yeah.
job. Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, ready? We're gonna
Right.
move on. This was monk sauce. So our wonderful art teacher over at Lawfer Middle School, who we had a chance, Miss Pope, to do a episode with, brought this from Arkansas. And so it's got a smoky taste, but it's a little bit harder than the last one. So we'll go ahead and dip into that.
All right.
Ready?
It's delicious.
Still feel like we need ranch to like dip these
I immediately liked
chicken
it.
nuggets into.
So I watched that episode. It's Miss Monk from Lawfer.
From Lawfer.
And obviously I enjoyed watching, the reactions with the hot sauces. That's kind of been my thing I enjoyed most about them. But then you learn about all these people, right? And I never met her. So obviously I learned she's your favorite art teacher in the district, which I thought was pretty entertaining because obviously, if you spend time with Elvira's art teacher, Angie Ortiz.
Uh-oh, here we go.
But I don't know if Angie has her own hot sauce. But what I did learn is, here's this awesome art teacher at Lawfer who I believe is in like a amateur kickball league.
It's correct.
So I was watching that and I was like, how cool is that? And then she's been in roller derbies and all these different things.
Tell me, what's your thing? What's your kind of something people that don't know, some obscure little sports or something you do?
I mean, honestly, Steve, I think you know this. I spend 7 days a week at Elvira. I have a shower there. I have an apartment. I tend to the flowers and the trees. But besides that,
I thought you parked there and left your car, so people thought you spent the night there. And you honestly are there every single day.
I love being there. I have tried to have a life away from school. I didn't have a TV for 10 years. So at my house, and that's actually serious, my home had been broken into at like 2010. And I just realized I don't need a TV. I was spending too much money on the monthly direct or whatever. So I just never got another one after that. And then it's just been in recent year, the last year that I got another one. Actually, it became two, unfortunately. But so when you don't have a TV at your house, it's kind of like, what are you going to do? Read books, go to the school, do some landscaping, all that kind of fun stuff. So that's kind of what's happened.
Are you catching up on all these old episodes that you missed out on?
Well, now that I actually do have two TVs in the house again.
There's this thing show called Cheers that was on, and Seinfeld. You may want to take a look at that.
I think you're aging yourself in there, but we both lived in the 80s, you and I think we have memories from that time. So I'm with you. I've actually probably watched all of those.
Okay. You didn't miss out while you were TV-less.
No, and I actually am somewhat up to date with what would you call it? Kind of like pop culture, and I'm really hopeful that you don't make any jokes today about G.I. Joe or G.I. Jane.
Oh, well, that's funny. Okay. There's no slapping in this episode today, so we'll go ahead and go with our third sauce. So we're gonna go with, this is the one that always gets us.
Oh boy.
It's standard Tabasco, but it's a scorpion sauce. And so we'll go ahead and get started.
I'm excited.
You ready? Okay, here we go.
Standard Tabasco. Is this the esophagus?
This,
Starting to feel a little warm.
Are you drinking anything? No liquids?
Trying to hold out a little bit.
I see what you're doing, Mr. Townsend.
It's a little
Put some
strategy.
more.
Honestly, it's very flavorful, and I want to share something else that I've been thinking about because I prepared myself and
Okay.
I kind of prepped for this. I've heard, and you can tell me if you agree with this. Not because you and I are similar age, but I've heard that as people get older, their taste buds dull. Right? So I personally think that's what's happened to me with hot sauce. Why
Okay.
I've really embraced it in the last few years, because I think my taste buds have dulled. So I'm enjoying it more.
Really?
Do you feel like that's happened, or you've always enjoyed these?
I've always enjoyed this, but it does get pretty hot. So just pace yourself, Mr. Townsend. That's all I'm saying. We don't have your staff here to save you, so we're gonna make sure that you're gonna be doing all right. But I want to get back to something because you mentioned GI Joe.
Uh-huh.
I had this vision of you somehow, your pathway to becoming a principal. Did you like line up GI Joe dolls and kind of play school back in the day in the playground, or what's your? Sometimes I have this picture of you lining up GI Joe dolls, but
Have you thought about that in the past, or just right now at this moment?
right, just you sparked
right now?
my interest right now with the
Okay.
GI Joe comment. But yeah, what was your pathway?
Well, I never had GI Joe dolls, but I did have a lot of Star Wars
Okay.
things. Like I can remember literally like in probably 78 or 79. So I was born in 76, and I saw one of the early Star Wars in the theater. It might have been The Empire Strikes Back. I had all the little like carrying cases, the Millennium Falcon. But then in the years after that, honestly, like I wasn't really into like figurines. I got into like baseball cards and things like that. I grew up thinking I was going to be a professional athlete.
Okay.
And I I think that as a kid, I mean, a lot of kids grow up with those types of things. Maybe they're going to be a movie star or an athlete or all these different things. And my parents, which I'm sure is probably true for a lot of parents, they're not going to step on that dream. They're going to say, hey, work hard, do your best. And that was the case. But then, by high school, where you get to kind of like maybe your junior year and you're good enough to make varsity, but you're maybe getting, 5 minutes a game. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden it kind of becomes clear to you like, hey, I'm probably maxed out here on this, path towards professional sports, and it's not going to happen. And then you kind of have to reevaluate. Went to college. Well, I hope that gets edited. Went to college, and my mom was teaching at the U of A. So, I mean, it was kind of like, hey, you can pretty much, be a student here at the U of A. I did well in high school, so it wasn't, anything that wasn't like to be expected, which is kind of nice. But honestly went in and really was not focused. I ended up getting a degree in history just because I really enjoyed history, which, by the way, I was thinking about before this. And I don't know, are you a history fan?
I love history.
So you'll probably understand this reference. The 1960 debate with Nixon and JFK was the first televised debate. So I'm sitting here imagining this situation today, and I'm kind of nervous about it. I'm like, I'm gonna be Richard Nixon, sweating under the lights. Steve's got really nice hair. He's JFK. I'm over here, and I kind of felt like there's going to be this parallel. So I'm serious. When we get over here, I might have a Nixon moment. I'm sure you'll look good. But
You're doing well.
But yeah, I just majored in history. I got a degree in history, and I think a lot of people teach with history. My path, it's a pretty long story from there to Elvira, but honestly, for me, I kind of look at everything that happened probably between undergrad and kind of ending up at Elvira in the summer of 2006 with Tom Hubbard, just all these really serendipitous things. I felt like all these awesome things happened unexpectedly. And once I got to Elvira, like I fell in love with the kids, with the community, and it's been just a really emotional connection. I feel like home there for a long time.
It's a great school. You're doing a great job. We appreciate it. I love going out there. Okay, here's where things start ramping up. What'd you think of the Tabasco, the Scorpion?
Honestly, I feel like all of these have been delicious, and I've enjoyed them.
Wow. Okay. All right. We're gonna up our game now. We're getting to the Reaper Madness, the hot sauce from, I believe, Louisiana, and then we're gonna go ahead and move in that direction. You got your
I'm prepped.
your nugget prepped?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
I think I've seen this one on previous episodes. I'm
Yeah,
very
this
excited
isn't too
about
bad,
this.
but we'll see.
I know you're a music guy, so in previous episodes when I've seen the Reaper, I'm just automatically, those initial like
Fear the Reaper, yeah.
and I'm like,
More
that is
cowbell,
the
more
best.
cowbell.
Like I wish we had that right now in the background while we were eating. Maybe they can edit that in while we're eating the Reaper.
Put some Blue Oyster Cult. What do you think? You're liking that, huh?
I'm gonna try a little bit more. We actually have, our front office staff to me is kind of the heart and soul of our school. It's probably true for every school. And one of the front office ladies, Lori Carbajal, drew me for like a Secret Santa a year or two ago, and I got this cowbell that said, more cowbell.
I love it.
I need more cowbell. So we ring that thing sometimes. We've got a great sense of humor.
Well, this used to have like a little hood on it with a little like a skull, but I think it got lost somewhere in transition. I think Mr. Duddleson took it and put it on someone's his little GI Joe doll. So we got that G.I. Joe with the Reaper.
I'm enjoying the Reaper. Do we have a Scoville count?
We'll add it in. I'm not sure what it is, but it
Pretty
doesn't
hot.
seem to be bothering
I'm
you.
excited to
Alright.
see what our progression is.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, we're that was pretty good. You felt pretty good about that?
How are you feeling though? I mean, you've done this a variety of times. Like, is this easy for you?
This is good. It's actually better with the nuggets. It kind of absorbs a lot of the taste and stuff. So there's a little bit of a new challenge for me. I feel good. All right, before we get into this, so the next one, because then we're going to get into the super hot. There's a rumor out there about you really being good about saving money. And so what I've heard is that you got all these tricks, and two of them I heard is like you coast your car to see how much you can go without actually pushing the gas pedal. That's one. So you got to prove that true or false. And the second one is you have a little bet about how long you can go without turning on your AC.
Oh, that was true for sure.
That's true for sure.
100%. I've made it to June twice in the last 5 years.
With no AC.
No shame. 100%.
Really?
I hope Mr. Encinas has a chance to watch these. I'm very fiscally responsible, not just in my own personal life, but district-wide. I think if you talk to Cindy Beauvais,
Well, she's retiring,
who
so
I know, I'm heartbroken about it. So if you talk to Cindy Beauvais, and I think she likes to talk about these things because she's really proud of our efficiency,
Right.
And I'm happy to be, the model for Cindy's efficiency. So Elvira has been very efficient with water, with power. And I'm just going to say it right now, and it's fine if this doesn't get edited out, we can put it on. I literally have a path at the school that I go on every afternoon and evening and morning to make sure that everything that could get turned off does. I've been doing that for years.
Wow.
And I take a lot of pride in it. When I first started, the portables out there by San Fernando on the far west side, they have their own units, right, that you control from inside. And grandparents that live right across the street from that portable who had their kids, actually, they're related to the Robinsons who've been in the district for years, right? And they called me up one day, and the gentleman had said, hey, that portable unit's been running over the weekends. We can hear it from inside the house. I think money's being lost. We need to be more efficient. And I took that to heart. I said, hey, that's going to stop. I'm going to personally make sure that you're not hearing that portable run, during holidays, during the break. So I've been pretty good about that. But the coasting of the car, I would love to know.
Urban legend?
I'd love to know where that came from.
Okay, I heard the coasting, but the AC is factual.
Oh, for sure. And there's other things too. I mean, I probably could come up with a list of things that would.
Give us one more that would kind of help those that are looking to save money here for the future.
Okay.
All the young kids that are watching today, Mr. Andy Townsend is going
All right.
to give you some tips to being a millionaire by the time you're 40.
So I have this is just one of many, and it's the only thing in my mind right now. I've got a little gallon water bottle that, is like a jug from the grocery store. You can buy it for like $1.
Yeah.
It's in my house. It's in the refrigerator. I refill it from the tap, and I keep it in there, and it's been used for years.
So same bottle?
Oh yeah, I'd be happy to go buy another one, but the one that I've been using is perfectly fine.
How long have
so
you
I
had
just go to
that
the
milk?
tap. That one's
Okay.
probably been 3 or 4 years. I think after enough time goes by, the plastic disintegrates,
Okay.
and then maybe you need to go get another one. But to me, the tap water is
reuse
perfect.
your bottles. I am not going to throw any of these away. Mr. Townsend will use this at least 20 more times. So.
Actually, I do at the school. I have like 3 or 4 of these in my mini fridge in my office. And the beautiful new water bottle fillers that are installed at all the schools now? I'll fill these guys up, recap, put them in, and they'll last.
Tap water. You don't need Evian. Tap water works. We don't need any better water than this. And Mr. Townsend, we're gonna have to do a financial. I can see it coming.
I was a child of the Depression, Steve. And when you were born at that time, you got money underneath your mattress stored away.
Not the
'cause you
rich-
never know what could happen.
The original depression, that was in the 30s, so you can't be that old.
You never know.
The second depression. Okay, so we got some money tips going. We got some conservation going. Save the oceans going with Mr. Townsend. We're gonna get into now. This is a sauce that Mr. Townsend, you brought this one, right? This is one. Tell me a little bit about this story, please.
Well, I was visiting my dad for the holidays. He lives in this beautiful little town in northwest Illinois, Galena. And there's all these little shops, and it's just real picturesque. So doing a little shopping, wandering around. And there's this shop filled with hot sauces, right? All these, you know, I sent you a few photos that day, all these really funny, crazy labels. Well, this guy caught my eye. The one above this was in a glass case and it was like over $100. So this was kind of the one that was within my range. I think it was like $20. So I bought it, super excited to bring it. My goal was just to eat some of the sauce with you. I didn't know that we'd get to this point, but I got it, had it in my carry-on. Super rookie amateur mistake. I traveled a decent amount, but I just wasn't thinking. I had it in my carry-on, get to Midway to fly home from Chicago, and they took it from me. So I got home, and I was determined, you know. I mean, you know me, I'm not gonna give up on something that's exciting. So the Amazon machine on the worldwide interweb, they had this as well, and this was delivered to my home.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so then that's when it got to you.
I love it. Mad Dog. It's called Mad Dog. 357. I think that's like the little bullet, like a 357 Magnum kind of thing.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, the title, I mean, gosh, I'm not gonna jump into too many things, but Mad Dog to me is pretty entertaining. And then this, I actually did think about it when I sent it over to your office as a gift. I was like a little nervous. I'm like, Steve's gonna see this bullet in this little
I think
package.
that's why they confiscate. That's why I thought they were confiscating, because it had a bullet on it. But I guess it was more the liquid size, right? They took it away. Okay, let's jump into this. Let's try this out. This is
the main event right here.
Yeah. Ready to go.
I've been looking forward to this moment for about 3-4 months.
This is great.
This is exciting.
I figured it out. The chicken McNuggets absorb a lot more of the hot sauce, so you don't get that direct taste. Although Mr. Townsend is
Let's
not
do a little
messing
bit
around.
more.
Yeah, I think you got
Okay.
Let's try a little bit more. We don't want to get cheated on this experience.
No, let's.
It
Although
hit
that's
the roof
starting-
of my mouth.
That's starting to kick in a little bit. Hey, you talking about your father living in Illinois? You went to see the Cubs win the World Series, didn't you not?
Game 6. Oh, it's starting to kick in here.
Are you going to go for it still?
We're going to get our $20 worth. Actually,
Yeah,
40. This is our second bottle of Magnum.
Okay, I am. This was pretty hot earlier, so
It's on the tongue.
Yeah?
You got it on the tongue or the roof of your mouth yet?
yeah, it's all over.
Good.
But
It's finally getting that sweat going. That's what I like.
it's the nuggets.
All right, here we go. Let's get back in it.
I'm putting the cap on. Notice this because I want Mr. Townsend.
I'll save this for some future guests.
No, that's going to be in the. That's going to be in the lineup.
Can I ask, when I was watching, I'm starting to really sweat here. This is getting good. I was watching some previous episodes and I heard about possible guests. I heard that, I heard there might be a student possibility. Is that still?
We have some students in the queue from our high schools. Got Desert queued up, Sunnyside kind of up next, and Star. So I got to get high school kids because we need disclaimers and we need to sign waivers because I don't want any student to get really sick on us. So we got to make it age appropriate.
If you don't have a Sunnyside person in mind yet, could I give a recommendation?
Please, please.
Nayeli Nidez,
Okay.
one of the stars of all the city girls basketball, team leader, student leader.
I know Nayeli.
She's probably going to be the president of the school sometime. I mean, she's outstanding.
She was on my student
former
advisory.
Elvira. So I would love to see her in this situation.
Okay.
I think she would.
There's a challenge. I mean, they did well. The girls did really well in basketball this year, so we'll get her on there.
Ooh,
How you feeling?
I'm really enjoying it. I'm
Mr.
starting
Holmes,
to tear up.
He did that last one right there. He did some more.
He
Starting
did
to
some
tear
more.
up a little bit.
I mean, I feel like you guys might have to put a little extra bomb on there at the end.
Well, we got a big Cindy Crawford mold going on this McNugget, so we're ready to roll.
That's what I was hoping for. I was really hoping to kind of get uncomfortable and just really struggle here. That kind of just feels like you're getting. It's like you're in a spa and you go into like the steam room.
You hallucinating yet?
You're just like, how long can I sit in here?
What's So you did June? Was it in June for your AC? What was it? June what? Was that cutoff date that you record day for turning on your AC?
Oh, it was probably the first or the second. It doesn't go very far. I mean, you're like stumbling into the month when you get there.
Okay, so then what's the longest you've been in a sauna? for?
I really don't like the sauna, to be honest with you. The wood, I don't care for that feeling, but I like the steam room, and just to the point where you just feel like you might be like getting way more thirsty than you should, then you got to step out.
20, 30 minutes?
Probably somewhere in there. Oh, man.
You feeling all right?
Yeah.
Feeling okay?
I think my voice cracked. Whew. What do we got left here?
I think we have the bomb.
Duh bomb.
The bomb.
Where did this one come from?
This came from Mr. Duddleson. Actually brought this. This was one of the standards from the show, the original show. So we thought we'd try it because it was always the hottest. And I think we saw it and we said, okay, we got to order it. So we're at the end. Although you're more than welcome to put more of the bomb if you feel it necessary. But I think you've got a good chunk there.
I'm gonna start with this dab, and then if it doesn't, we'll see.
We can work our way up.
Maybe try a little more. I'm gonna save part of the piece for it.
All right, save some of the. Need some ranch.
My tongue is still burning from the Magnum.
This will. Oh, I forgot about this.
That was a quick reminder. As soon as it hit your taste bud, you had a reminder of.
Oh yeah. There's
Ooh.
What do you think?
It just got the roof of the mouth. It's kind of an awakening.
Think it's hotter than the previous one?
I think it got a different part of the mouth that hadn't been touched.
Don't touch your face. What are you doing?
I'm worried about that. I got contacts. It'd be a real spectacle.
I'm almost thinking, and Mr. Townsend's Mad Dog may have surpassed the bomb.
I really like Nick Duddleston, so I mean I want to give this one
Want to do a little bit more?
a fair chance.
All right, let's.
So let's just pour a healthy. There we go. Look at that.
I think you're going to win a record, Mr. Townsend. I think that's always. See, Mr. Townsend's very competitive. A+ school, trying to be the best athlete back in the day.
Well,
Trying to be the best principal we can be. Doing a great job.
you know what? I watched the other episodes and I love all those people on there. I haven't had the chance to meet Miss Pope from Lawford, but she looks like an awesome lady. But I really watched and I was like excited. I was like, I want to be able to at least kind of get through it the way they did.
You've done a great job. I'm very impressed. I know audience. Okay, here we go. Because making me do it.
Here we go. Is that a good pour there? Cover that thing.
All right, a couple more drops. All right.
I'm gonna go to the left side of the mouth because it hasn't really been touched.
I think you numbed your mouth out with some before you came here.
Here we go. The bomb.
We have people in the audience, are just freaking out.
I think these guys are impressed because through age we've lost our taste buds. So their young taste buds probably would be struggling.
I think you drank boiling water before you came here to the show. That's what I think happened. Check for a bunch of, what do they call?
Lesions.
Blisters, yeah, in your mouth.
I think your tongue is covered in lesions. You're disqualified.
You've done an amazing job, Mr. Townsend.
Mr. Holmes, I think ever since we've known each other, I think you know that I really like to do my best. I take a lot of pride in the things that we do. And of course, coming here with you, Superintendent, I wanted to really...
I'm impressed. Oh my God. This is like anyone in the audience. We have not had a double dipper. And we had one with a bomb and this Mad Dog. And that is super impressive. Mr. Townsend, this is why you're A+, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate the chance to come in here.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.